All right, good evening, everybody. Set up camp here in the Resting Spring Range, kind of in the foothills, maybe 3 miles from the high point, the Nevada high point of the Resting Spring Range. The actual high point is Shadow Mountain. It's about a mile further across the California border, 1,000 feet higher, mile further than the Nevada high point. But I'll tag both of them in the morning and see what's up there. Should be about 6-7 mile hike, and should be nice. It's lovely tonight, really quiet up here, and see the lights of Las Vegas are kind of ruining it, but it's a new moon otherwise. Head to Death Valley tomorrow after we go for this little hike, so we'll check it out. All right, good morning, everybody. Man, it is great. Such a nice morning. I'm headed up here to the Resting Spring Range. The high point, Shadow Peak, I think it's back up behind me. That's in California. I'm first headed to one of the lower peaks. There's a high point in Nevada, and then I'll scooch on up the top there. And wonderful morning. It started about 6 o'clock in the dark. You know, we set our clocks forward last night, I guess. And so it was a nice start in the dark, and then it was working out really good. Nice sunrise. And burrowing owls, black-throated sparrows, rock wrens. You can hear those guys right now. And God, it's just great. No wind at all. Gonna head up the fan here. Got a nice pavement, little berm and swell topography, and pretty mature pavement on this older fan surface here as we head up towards the mountain front there. You can see some of the fans coming out up there. So we'll go check those out and we'll keep on going. Right on. So nice. All right, number 119. This is the Nevada high point of the Resting Spring Range. Now I'm gonna go up there, California high point of the Resting Spring Range. Another mile, another 1,000 feet gain. It's a perfect morning. I'm not gonna pass it up. And boy, what a great walk, what a great walk. So, we have nice views, Amargosa Valley, Amargosa River over there. It's dry this week. Last month I had to ford the river on the highway, a flash flood, but Death Valley, Telescope Peaks over there. Gonna head that way this afternoon. But now decided to register and then head up on the California side. Man, this is great. All right, y'all keep going. Made it into Shadow Mountain or Shadow Peak, the high point of the Resting Spring Range. Oddly, not even as high as my house in Carson City. Looking down Death Valley Junction down here. This is where the Amargosa River pinches through over here. Ram's Head Mountain or something like that, I think. Sheep's Head Mountain, Ram's Head Mountain or something. And it goes out and takes a big loop before it goes into Death Valley. We can see Telescope Peak back there. There's the furthest range, first mountains. And on the other side is Death Valley. That's the ending point of the Amargosa River. It heads way up near Beatty to some small springs way up there in Nevada. Comes down, it's pretty much a dry wash. Picks up some flows where it hits some bedrock. Groundwater wells up at some bedrock constrictions. Very rarely get some nice flashy flows in the atmospheric rivers we had lately. And so it's real flashy, but every once in a while it feeds around, joins up with the paleo channel of the Mojave River. But this Amargosa gets to Death Valley quite a bit more commonly than Mojave hasn't done it, probably since the late Pleistocene. But cool, nice view from this peak. And now we're really gonna head down. It's a little windy, sounds probably awful, but I'm gonna give it a go. Amargosa River, sink of the Death Valley. All right. Catching a little break. And God, it's so nice. Yeah, and these little hills are just worth it. It's like drive down, camp out, walk in the morning or walk in the evening before, and check these out because it's just wonderful. It's not dramatic or anything. It's a pretty easy walk. Not like Last Chance right over there. That was kind of not epic. I wouldn't say that, but it was hard. But this was a nice walk, kind of scree and no real trails, game trails every once in a while. A few cairns suggesting that folks have kind of lined up something between the Nevada high point and the California high point, so that was kind of interesting. But otherwise, I'll head down this ridge. Looks like pretty straight, a little shorter route, maybe more direct back towards camp, and getting those back in the fans again. I'm not real familiar with these rocks. They look like a kind of metavolcanic or metasedimentary. Probably metasedimentary up here. I saw some breccias and stuff. I just don't do the hard rock stuff very good. And but I had some nice slump features, a few starts of rock lines. Little slump features are starting when on the north slopes, a lot of scree, little lusk gets built in, dust packs in there. Things get wet, they're on kind of steep slopes, they get a little saturated and they kind of creep down the hill. Would take forever, but it's a way that rocks kind of start their transport, get incorporated into the slopes, get incorporated into the erosional system, and then they get moved down, and that's how they get in the fans down here eventually. Sometimes emphatically in a good flood or a good landslide or something, but mostly it's just a slow process punctuated by little things, and then the fans will start to build, and then that takes its own time. I see walked across a lot of pavement, a little diverse old pavement, really well developed, really dark surfaces, and then some lighter ones, and then some inset, down cutting, nick pointed fans, drainages and little insets, and really complex little structures. It's down to a big playa that's still holding water from the good runoffs we had this spring. Not the late winter, I guess. It's not even spring yet. Meteorologic spring or whatever the heck. But no, just a nice spot. Resting Spring Range. I'm on the east side. Death Valley's behind me. I'll head over there this afternoon and meet up with some friends of mine and gouge around, do some photography, and just check things out some more. Take advantage of the time in the Mojave. Alrighty, you'll keep going. Get some fuel, hydrate a little bit, head on down. All right, like almost 10 miles. Top of the resting spring range. I think I left here at 6 o'clock, so it's probably 1:30 now. Good walk, really good walk. Worthwhile. Lots of different things. Burrowing owl, black-throated sparrow, I think. Yeah, black-throated sparrow, rock wrens, some chucker. Yeah, it was cool. It was just cool. And kind of wood rat middens, and a summit in Nevada on the shoulder of Shadow Mountain, the summit of the resting spring range. So, all right, time to pack up the tent, eat some lunch. Let's go check out Death Valley. Right on. Y'all keep going.